Excitement is building in the tech world. Whispers, leaks, and early reports are painting a clear picture of what might be one of Apple's most important iPhone launches in years. The iPhone 17 lineup is on the horizon, and it's not just another upgrade. It's a collection of devices that could mark a turning point in design, performance, and features. For years, Apple has refined the iPhone slowly. Each year, small changes. Better cameras, slightly improved battery life, a new chip. But now, with the iPhone 17 series, Apple looks ready to take a bigger leap. Let's start with one of the most surprising changes, the iPhone 17 Air. This new model will replace the current Plus version. The Plus, as many know, has struggled to find its place. It offered a bigger screen than the base iPhone, but it never stood out the way the Pro models did. Sales showed that customers were either choosing the entry-level iPhone or going all the way up to the Pro line. The Plus was caught in the middle. So now, Apple is reshaping its strategy. The iPhone 17 Air will be a thin, lightweight device. Apple wants this model to feel modern, sleek, and appealing for people who value portability and style. But here's the trade-off. The Air won't have the same battery size or camera hardware as the higher-end models. It sacrifices some power for thinness and affordability. In other words, it's designed to look and feel premium, but without every high-end feature. This move shows something important. Apple is not afraid to follow trends set by Android manufacturers. For years, Android phones have been experimenting with different designs, vapor chamber cooling, higher RAM options, and thin but powerful builds. Now Apple is ready to borrow some of those ideas and refine them. One of the rumored upgrades across the entire iPhone 17 range is 120Hz displays. For years, only Pro models had high refresh rates. But with the iPhone 17 series, smooth scrolling and fluid animations may finally become standard. This will make even the base models feel faster and more premium. Gamers, in particular, will appreciate this. Fast response times and fluid motion can make a huge difference in mobile games. And speaking of performance, another leak points to 12 gigabytes of RAM across the Pro models. This is a major jump. For years, iPhones have managed with less RAM than their Android competitors. Apple's software optimization has always made up the difference. But now, with Apple Intelligence becoming a bigger part of iOS, more RAM is needed. iOS 26 is expected to integrate AI features deeply into the system. From smarter Siri responses to real-time photo and video analysis, the phone will need more memory to handle these tasks smoothly. Alongside performance, Apple is also looking at durability and aesthetics. A new finish called liquid glass is rumored. This isn't just about looks. Liquid glass could make the phones more resistant to scratches and cracks, while also giving them a smoother, more modern shine. Colors have always been part of Apple's identity, and the iPhone 17 series seems ready to take that further. Now let's talk about the Pro lineup, where the biggest changes are expected. The iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max will reportedly undergo a major external refresh. For years, Apple has kept the same basic design: flat sides, small camera bump, premium materials. The 17 Pro models, however, are said to feature a wider rear camera bar, giving them a distinct new look. This bar will house upgraded sensors and lenses, and the wider design may also help with cooling and balance. The frame may shift from stainless steel to aluminum. This could make the phones lighter while still feeling solid in the hand. Combined with the liquid glass finish, the Pro models will look like a true step forward, not just another small change. Cooling is another area Apple is focusing on. Reports suggest that both the Air and Pro models may include vapor chamber cooling systems. This is something we've seen on gaming-focused Android phones. It helps spread heat more evenly, keeping the phone cooler under heavy use. With AI features, high refresh displays, and demanding apps, better cooling is not just nice to have, it's essential. If true, this could make the iPhone 17 series perform more consistently, even during long gaming sessions or when recording high-resolution video. Now let's take a closer look at the camera system. Apple has always pushed camera performance as one of the main selling points of the iPhone. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is rumored to bring a major upgrade. Leaks mention improvements in megapixels, lenses, zoom levels, aperture, night mode, and selfie specs. Each of these areas matters. A wider aperture means better low-light performance. Higher megapixels give more detail. Improved zoom levels make distant shots more usable. A better selfie camera improves video calls, portraits, and social media content. For many users, the camera is the most important part of the phone, and Apple knows that. But what really stands out is the addition of advanced LiDAR and ToF sensors. These sensors use light to measure distance precisely. They can detect objects several meters away in real time. This has two big benefits. First, for photography, depth information improves portraits and landscape shots. You get sharper separation between subjects and backgrounds. Second, for augmented reality, these sensors make experiences smoother and more accurate. AR apps, live filters, and even video editing tools can all benefit. These sensors also tie into Apple's broader vision. The company wants iPhones to be more than just phones. They want them to be tools for augmented reality, spatial computing, and future devices like the Apple Vision Pro. The iPhone 17 series could be a key stepping stone toward that future. Connectivity is also evolving. Apple is expected to push further into eSIM-only models. This means no physical SIM card slot in many regions. Instead, phones will switch between carriers digitally. For frequent travelers, this is more convenient. It also helps Apple save space inside the phone, which can be used for other components like larger batteries or cooling systems. The integration with iOS 26 makes eSIM even more powerful. The new software will include improved tracking and location features. Devices will be able to communicate with sensors, third-party apps, and Apple's own ecosystem more seamlessly. This could mean better Find My tracking, smarter location-based reminders, and even real-time device syncing across multiple regions. Then there's Siri and Apple Intelligence. For years, Siri has been criticized for falling behind other assistants like Google Assistant or Alexa. With the iPhone 17 series, Siri is expected to take a huge step forward. Apple's new AI push could finally make Siri smarter, more conversational, and more useful in everyday life. Imagine asking your phone to summarize a document, edit a photo, or schedule your day, and Siri actually delivering. That's the kind of change Apple is aiming for. Accessories are also part of the story. Apple is rumored to introduce a new L-shaped steel shell battery design. This could improve thermal management while also offering more efficient power delivery. Combined with vapor chamber cooling, this would make the iPhone 17 series better at handling high-performance tasks without overheating. On the memory and storage front, upgrades are expected too. The Pro models may not only get more RAM, but also higher storage options. Apple knows that users are capturing more 4K video, downloading larger apps, and relying on their phones for more work tasks. Bigger storage options, possibly up to 2 terabytes, could make sense for the Pro Max in particular. This brings us to market placement. The iPhone 17 series is not just about specs. It's about how Apple positions itself in the smartphone race. Android phones have already offered high refresh rates, vapor cooling, and large batteries for years. But Apple's strength has always been in optimization. They don't just add features, they refine them. If Apple delivers vapor chamber cooling, it won't just match Android. It may set a new standard by making it more reliable, more efficient, and better integrated with software. The iPhone 17 series looks like Apple's way of saying, we're not behind, we're still leading. The combination of design changes, performance upgrades, new materials, and deeper AI integration suggests that Apple is preparing for the next era of smartphones. Not just phones with better cameras, but phones that feel like personal computers in your pocket. And this is just the beginning. In the second section, we'll explore what these changes mean for the future of the iPhone, the smartphone market, and Apple's larger ecosystem. We'll also dive into the expected release window, price ranges, and how the iPhone 17 Pro Max could reshape the way we think of premium phones. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is not just another upgrade. It represents Apple's strategy for the next chapter of smartphones. To understand why, we need to look at three things: timing, pricing, and positioning. Each of these plays a big role in how the iPhone 17 Pro Max will land in the market and in people's hands. Let's start with timing. Apple has a rhythm. Every September, like clockwork, they unveil a new iPhone. It's an event that sets the tone for the entire tech industry. Competitors wait to see what Apple does. Customers save money months in advance. Analysts build their forecasts around it. For the iPhone 17 series, the same pattern holds. All signs point to a September release window. That's when Apple traditionally grabs the spotlight. By launching in September, Apple positions itself right before the holiday season. It means new iPhones are fresh, exciting, and available when people are ready to spend the most. But the iPhone 17 Pro Max isn't just about timing. It's also about pricing. Apple has carefully built a tier system over the years. Entry-level models attract people who want an iPhone without breaking the bank. Pro models target those who want more power, and the Pro Max sits at the very top. Premium, feature-packed, and unapologetically expensive. So what can we expect this time? Reports suggest the iPhone 17 Pro Max could push prices even higher. Materials like liquid glass, advanced cooling systems, and new camera sensors are not cheap. Add more RAM, larger storage options, and Apple Intelligence integration, and costs rise quickly. Some analysts believe the Pro Max could start at an even higher price point than before, possibly $1,299 or beyond for the base Pro Max. And if a 2 terabytes option is introduced, we could see price tags reaching above $1,800. This might sound extreme, but remember, Apple isn't just selling a phone. They're selling a status symbol, a tool, and a lifestyle device. People who buy the Pro Max don't just want a phone that works. They want the best, the sharpest display, the most advanced camera, the longest-lasting performance. Apple knows this, and they price accordingly. Now let's talk about positioning in the smartphone market. Apple is facing fierce competition. Samsung, Google, and many Chinese brands have already rolled out devices with high refresh rates, big batteries, folding designs, and advanced AI tools. On paper, some of these phones look even more powerful than iPhones. So why do people still flock to Apple? The answer is ecosystem and optimization. Apple doesn't just build phones. They build an entire connected world. iPhone works with Apple Watch, AirPods, iPad, and Mac in ways that competitors can't easily match. A message started on your phone can be finished on your Mac. Photos taken on your phone appear instantly on your iPad. AirPods switch seamlessly between devices. It feels natural, simple, and reliable. That's Apple's edge. The iPhone 17 Pro Max pushes this ecosystem even further. With iOS 26, Apple Intelligence will integrate across devices. Imagine this. You start writing an email on your Mac, but you need a photo from your iPhone. Siri can pull that photo, suggest edits, and attach it instantly, all without you digging through folders. That kind of smooth integration makes life easier. And that's the real power of the iPhone 17 Pro Max. It's not just about the hardware. It's about how hardware and software come together. Apple knows that Android devices can match specs, but Apple wants to make sure the overall experience feels unmatched. The camera upgrades are a good example. Android phones already have high megapixel sensors, periscope zooms, and wide lenses. But often, the photos they take don't feel as consistent or natural as iPhones. Apple's secret weapon has always been computational photography, software that processes images intelligently. With the iPhone 17 Pro Max, improved LiDAR and ToF sensors will give Apple more data to work with. More accurate depth maps, better separation between subject and background, cleaner low-light results. Combine that with Apple's machine learning, and you get photos that don't just look sharp, but look lifelike. That's what users love. Pictures that look good without editing. Videos that look cinematic without filters. For creators, this is huge. For everyday users, it's effortless. The AI shift is another crucial point. Apple Intelligence is Apple's answer to the AI boom. Everyone in tech is racing to add smarter assistants, real-time transcription, automatic editing, and predictive tools. Apple can't afford to be left behind. The iPhone 17 Pro Max will likely serve as the flagship device to showcase just how capable Apple Intelligence can be. Think about it. You're editing a video. Apple Intelligence can suggest the best cuts, remove background noise, and even adjust colors automatically. Or you're browsing the web, and Siri offers to summarize long articles for you in a few sentences. These aren't just gimmicks. They save time. They make the device feel like a real assistant, not just a phone. But of course, competition is fierce. Google has its Pixel phones with AI-powered photo tools. Samsung has Galaxy AI features like live translation and note summarization. Chinese brands are experimenting with bold designs like folding screens and dual displays. Apple's challenge is not just to match these, but to exceed them in a way that feels natural and premium. This brings us to an important question. Where does the iPhone 17 Pro Max fit in Apple's long-term vision? The answer may lie in the growing connection between iPhone and Apple's future devices. The iPhone is no longer just the star of the show. It's the hub. It's the device that connects everything else. Take the Apple Vision Pro, Apple's mixed reality headset. For it to work well, it needs high-quality data, fast connectivity, and accurate spatial mapping. The iPhone 17 Pro Max, with its advanced LiDAR sensors and powerful processors, could act as a companion device. Imagine using your iPhone to scan a room, and that data instantly enhances what you see through the Vision Pro. Or imagine your iPhone recording a 3D video that can later be experienced in immersive VR. This kind of cross-device integration is where Apple is heading, and the iPhone 17 Pro Max is designed to be ready for it. It's not just a phone. It's the backbone of a larger ecosystem that includes wearables, home devices, and spatial computing. But let's not forget everyday users. For most people, the iPhone 17 Pro Max will be about three things: performance, battery life, and reliability. Apple knows this. That's why vapor chamber cooling, bigger RAM, and new battery designs matter. They ensure the device doesn't slow down, doesn't overheat, and last through a full day of heavy use. These are simple things, but they are what people feel every single day. So what does all this mean for the future of smartphones? The iPhone 17 series might mark the beginning of shift. For years, smartphones have been about faster chips, sharper cameras, and bigger screens. But now we're moving into a new phase. A phase where AI and integration define the experience. Where your phone doesn't just respond, it anticipates. Where your phone doesn't just run apps, it works alongside you like a partner. That's the vision Apple is chasing. And the iPhone 17 Pro Max is their way of showing they can deliver it. In terms of market impact, this launch will be huge. Analysts already expect record demand. Even with higher prices, people will line up. Some will buy because they want the latest tech. Others will buy because they want the best camera. Many will upgrade because their old phones can't run Apple Intelligence features properly. This is another smart play by Apple. By tying AI deeply into iOS 26, they create a natural push for upgrades. Older models may miss out on certain features, making the iPhone 17 series feel necessary, not just optional. Finally, let's end with the bigger picture. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is not just about specs, price, or design. It's about trust. Apple has built a reputation over decades. People trust that their devices will work, will last, and will stay secure. With the iPhone 17 series, Apple is asking for that trust again, an even higher price point, but with promises of even greater capability. The smartphone market is more crowded than ever. But Apple isn't worried. They don't need to dominate every spec sheet. They just need to create the phone that most people want. A phone that feels reliable, premium, and powerful enough to last years. That's what the iPhone 17 Pro Max aims to be. Not just another step forward, but a giant stride into the future of mobile technology.